I actually never played Oblivion. It was a little bit, not before my time because I played a shit ton of games before that, obviously. But I was definitely more hooked on Skyrim more than anything, and that took years of my life. I also purchased it on multiple consoles too. I'm one of those idiots. You're like, who keeps buying this shit? Me. I keep buying this shit. All right. So I wanted to. You guys probably already ran around the horn, right? With the whole drinks. What you're drinking today? Of course. Of course. Of course. I'm late. All right. Let's be happy we're here. You know. So big smiles on you. And I am drinking a gift. Oh, JP just vanished. Fucking Thanos! You did it again, Thanos. Oh, I know. Oh, he's back. Oh, okay. Didn't take 5 years this time. So anyway, the bottle that my buddy and pal over there, Jorge, got this for me for my birthday. It came really nicely wrapped, and the marketing and the label was also on the wrapping as well. Called Rhythm. It's a cab, Napa Valley. I'm not a huge cab guy, but you know what? Napa Valley cab has a special place in most sommeliers' hearts, so I must give this a try. You know, I gotta see what's cracking here. Yeah. No, it's not that I don't like cabs. I probably just haven't had my palate to touch a cab of this unique level, you know, of this elevation. So I'm excited for it. I'm excited for it. You know, I know that. No, because honestly, like this, yeah, Stag's Leap District, like this is a very known vineyard. What's going on? So, thank you. Cheers to you. Cheers. Look. Okay. I'm good. What? Wait, boycotting what? Really? Powerful. Wouldn't surprise me. Wouldn't surprise me. So tell me, someone like who hasn't played Oblivion and someone who loved Skyrim. What are some obviously they're the same developers, you know, same game makers. What are some very close similarities and what are the major contrasts? What makes it its own thing and worth playing? Oh no. Agrofall.
The same shit I do every day. Fuck.
Real quick, I don't know why. Every time you start talking about like either Amazon or billionaires, you cut off a little bit. Just letting you know, someone's listening. Yeah,
The
watch
world
the
is starting to get a little crazier.
yeah, watch the feds
Like,
break into your
my wife
bus.
was freaking out today about
Pull out
the
the gun. No, don't
RFK
pull out the
news.
gun. Don't pull out the gun. Okay, I was gonna say.
About RFK
Oh, there we
trying
go.
to track all the people with autism. So it's like,
Yeah, yeah. Do we want to talk about that? I mean, we can go into that topic if we want to get into politics. But are we done with Oblivion? Actually, just anything, Gabe? You got anything?
yeah.
Uh, I'm I'm just wondering like why they haven't successfully did multiplayer. I know Elder Scrolls Online was attempted and
Yeah,
it
I
didn't
didn't
do
like it. I
well.
tried it.
Was it
Didn't
just
catch my
because it was just like
attention.
way too glitchy or
It,
One yes, because Bethesda, and secondly, what I heard was that there is a mod for Skyrim that can do multiplayer,
or like
but
legit
I
one?
think
Like
oh
a
wow.
really well developed one?
I can't say yes or no on that
Because
one.
you haven't
On
used
that
it.
question. No, I never used it. But I don't know because these Oblivion, Skyrim, they're kind of meant to be single player, to be honest. Like
Also,
Yeah.
can you hear me all right, by the way?
yeah, we can hear you now.
Yeah.
Yep.
Okay, cool. One thing I mean I'll point out there too is that like multiplayer can be a lot of fun and for a lot of games, but then it almost always goes the same way where you get like what I just call them lifers, people who like they just grind, and then all they want to do is fuck your day up. And so yeah, I mean I remember like well, GTA, great example. GTA Online was a lot of fun to play with your friends, but then you're like in the middle of a heist and some fucking dickhead Russian kid comes flying in on a super bike and like launches a fucking orbital strike against you, and or you'd get the hackers who'd show up and they just dump like bags of money in. First they're like, what's going on? And oh shit, if I don't get out of this server, Rockstar is gonna delete my account. So it's
Wow.
yeah. Online play. Again, bringing it back though with the No Man's Sky, that's one of the few online multiplayer games I've really found. I don't know. I think it was just the size of it, because unless you go to like a hub point where other players congregate, you're probably not going to meet anyone. I think I met like 2 players just in the wild, and each time it was like holy shit, are you real? Like, yeah, I'm real. Oh fuck, wow, hey, come check out my ship and here's some resources, and like it's really lonely out here.
I do want to talk. No Man's Sky was definitely what do they call it? Like a redemption arc. It definitely had a redemption arc in it because they did promise
empty game.
multiplayer originally, and it didn't have multiplayer when it was released. There were so many things that were missing, and
Well, it was an
I mean, yeah,
empty game. It was empty.
it was an empty game, and it didn't like the gameplay loop was just there was nothing, right? And props to Hello Games and the person that was like the guy that was the unwitting PR guy. Like they did a great job essentially fixing the game. They didn't give up on the game despite how badly it was like done. And then a year later they just kept updating, and now it's the game that they promised, essentially. So
I mean, it's the opposite of Star Citizen in that way, isn't it? Star Citizen's like, hey, would you like to donate $20,000 to our Kickstarter so you can look at a ship you technically own in a game you can't play?
yeah,
Great, come on in.
is that game even out yet?
It's
Star
out,
Citizen?
and I've seen some gameplay that looks pretty cool, but it's still like it's kind of like Eve Online. That if you're gonna play it, it looks like it's one of those like you need to tell your family you love them, but they need to understand you're not going to be around anymore.
Oh, I was just reading an article about EVE Online about how they organized some very large battle where people had like pretty much like half their life built up in, I don't know how EVE Online is, but their armies, and they just pretty much decided to all have this all-out battle on EVE Online. Everybody just agreed just to, hey, blow everything up and see which side wins.
So
It was like
so
one of the
No, no. To what you were saying, I don't know if it's the same battle that you're talking about, or maybe if it's a recent one. But there was one that I recall that for the amount of time and money that was spent in this battle, like I think
It's the same one. I think we're talking about the same one. Then yeah.
right, and it was like basically two businesses or a bunch of factions go after one, and this one person that owned this like the most expensive ship, and we're talking millions of dollars, like just
Millions
wasted
of
on that
dollars.
one battle. Millions, yeah. Let me look
Wow.
it up here. Cole.
Millions.
Millions.
Whoa! Someone said Jorge
it-
looking cute. You got a fan, Jorge?
Ooh. Oh, is that on your stream? Yeah.
Oh, low key, it is on my stream.
Yeah, not on my stream. All I got is Rue saying douchebag is harsh. It is not.
I think it is. But you know, it's all right.
Well,
It's all right. Cheers, guys. Cheers.
Cheers.
It's kind of funny bringing up EVE Online though, just because actually JP asked me if I could get our mutual buddy Chris on tonight, and he's busy with some stuff. I sent him a message, but he was for like a number of years a like hardcore EVE Online player, right?
Oh
Like,
really?
He was like, yeah, he got to be like vice admiral of this huge fucking fleet. And I was talking to him the other day. He hasn't played it in quite a while, I guess. And he's like, he like looked up some shit and he realized like he has a fully kitted out ship, a Titan, I guess it's called, and with shit that's not even available in the game anymore. It's just he had it grandfathered, but they don't offer or release it. And yeah, he's looking up. He's like, I could probably sell my account for like hundreds of thousands of dollars, possibly right now, just with the shit that I got in that game before I just kind of fell out of interest. And I remember seeing another video though. I can't remember what game it was, but it was one of the first big MMOs that ever came out. And yeah, for like it was something like over Christmas. Yeah, over Christmas, the game released these paper party hats that you could buy, different colors that you could find and collect in the game, right? And a bunch of people got a bunch, and then they're like, hey, it's just for the holidays, happy holidays. They never did it again. And there was some dude who like he had like a full collection of these things, and he was selling these paper hats in this almost dead MMO for like tens of thousands of dollars because they were just so rare. It's like, gentlemen, have you ever tried pussy?
Real quick, so I did look at it. So the largest EVE Online, okay, so it's not millions of dollars, but it is a rough estimate of $378,000 in one battle alone.
That's
For
quite
how
a bit
much-
short than the million.
That's quite a bit short than millions, yes, but that's still a lot for like a freaking game for just one single battle.
Yeah.
Also note that EVE Online is basically Excel sheet the game, from what I was told. It's basically Excel, and like whenever you look up EVE Online battles on YouTube, and it looks freaking awesome and everything like that, they speed it up. So because of how many like people actually are in one spot in the server, that there is this kind of like delay.
A lag. Yeah.
Yes. So
can see
but it's a purposeful lag. It's a purposeful delay that you will do like an input, and it's basically queued up with all these other inputs that everybody else did.
Yeah.
So whenever you see those big ass battles,
Turn-based.
yeah, it's
almost
basically
like
turn-based.
turn-based. Yeah.
Yeah.
Basically, yeah, it's exactly
been-
like turn-based. Yeah.
I've been, it's not directly related, but so I'm a big Warhammer 40K nut.
Well, yeah, you did a
have you-
voice for one. Yeah.
Yeah, I two of them actually. Yeah, and I have yet to get.
said
any
two.
of these as my own. And I really like. That was the last free work I did because I'm like I don't do free voice work typically, but I love that channel so much. And then one night I
Right.
was just kind of drunk. Yeah, I was just kind of drunk, and I'm like, hey, I remember how to find emails. I'm gonna find this guy's email and write him a message and say, hey, I want to do this thing with your channel. And then I completely forgot, and then a couple of days later, he's like, oh, I'd love it if you voiced this character. Like, what? Who did that? What happened? That's awesome. But,
Nice.
But no, Well, yeah, but just like learning how the tabletop. I've never really been a tabletop guy. I've never really played tabletop games, and it's just when you get into like Warhammer shit, you're going beyond just your basic battle tech shit. It's like,
Yeah.
okay, all right, it's turn based, but on each turn we have to look into this encyclopedia about what,
The
what's the
Lexiconum or
rules
whatever it's called. Yeah, the Codex. The Codex.
Party.
Yeah,
Yeah. I gotta. All right, so
Yeah.
hang on. I've been playing this for fucking 20 years of my life, but what happens now?
yeah. And they even bring out the ruler because like the like the length between one unit to another actually matters too. And then you have like hundreds of dices that you throw. Yeah, it's. I could never play the tabletop. I'll be honest, but I don't. I would give mad respect to a lot of people that paint their units and actually build the actual
yeah.
battlefield. You know, like mad respect for them.
There's a lot of people who actually like they don't even really play. They just like to build and paint the models and make dioramas and stuff. And
Yeah.
it's one of these like there's one of the channels, one of the other Warhammer channels I really like is a guy called Voldemort, and he does really great breakdowns on lore and tells these great, usually like self-written stories. But there's something he always says at the end of the videos that I really like, and to me it signifies everything about video games, tabletop, any kind of real hobby. He says, no matter what you do today, make sure to make some time for fun. And it's like, it gives me warm feelings every time I hear that. I'm like, yes, old Englishman, I should do that. I've got plenty of
Never meet your heroes if it turns out you see his politics.
I put plenty of energy into being miserable every day.
Jorge,
I'm really good at it.
You don't have to dislike people just because of their politics, okay? I'm sorry if that's a hot take in 2025.
Yeah, you can. What are you talking about?
Unless they're Nazis.
Yeah, unless they're Nazis, man.
Well, obviously we all dislike Nazis, but I think we might be overusing Nazis. We might be giving people titles of Nazis who don't actually deserve to be Nazis.
I'm sorry. I'm only on my second beer right now.
Well, get drinking. Great drinking.
Yeah, by the way, my next one, Moors. Moors, guys. Love it.
I like that. I like that art, the label. I like that.
Oh, yeah, dude. This
Moors
is
again.
awesome.
It's of a nation more.
Moors. Like my
like a
Moors,
theme?
not the other Moors. Yeah.
Yeah.
MOOR. Yeah.
Yeah, MOOR.
Imperial Porter. What was I going to say? Oh, yeah. Just to preface that, like my favorite is One Mind Syndicate. Like those are my favorite YouTube for Warhammer stuff. And it's just these two Latino guys who are like the most like chillest of people, especially for one.
No, I'm subscribed. I didn't know that they were just like two dudes. You know, it's like the level of production. 'Cause, like there's some YouTubers you'll see they'll put out videos, and then you'll hear them talk about like, oh, my editors and my engineers. It's like, wait, you're working with other people, and this is what we get. And then and then you get these other channels that are like, you know, the audio is fucking crisp, the fucking video is great, everything about it is fucking clean, and it's like, oh yeah, it's one dude.
Like the dude that does the Dark Souls stuff and Elden Ring, Vatividia. If you ever go watch that, like I think it's just one dude doing all this stuff, and the level of production is crazy, like what you're mentioning. And for the Warhammer, One Mind Syndicate is just literally two Latino dudes that love Warhammer, and they're just like, they're like the chillest of dudes talking pretty good descriptions about like lore.
Well, now I need to ask though, because wait, does Voldemort have some questionable politics I'm not aware of?
I don't know. I'm just saying.
Is he like a Brexiter or something? It's like, hey.
If he's a Brexiter, I mean, I don't know, man. Like, I'm just saying that like there were a lot of YouTubers that I used to like that also kind of, fell off because of.
Dude, I saw today on the news that Tim Pool was in the fucking White House press pool. I've met that guy.
Stupid.
No, I have never met a human being who was more a personification of an awkward fart in an elevator than Tim Pool. The first time I met this kid, it was VidCon 2017. He rolls up to me. We've never met before. We've never spoken, right? But we knew who each other were.
Yeah,
And
he's got the
without
beanie.
saying- yeah, he comes up to me. I should have offered him a stepladder or something, but he comes up to me, and he's like, and I'm like, oh, hey, Tim, nice to meet you. And without saying a word, he just pulls out this like Malaysian banknote and hands it to me. I just got back. It's like, am I supposed to be impressed that you got a passport? The fuck. And then we were at a party. Bunty King was a big creator at the time, and he had this Airbnb. It was a huge party, bunch of YouTubers, like internet comment etiquette was there. Fucking
Love
Billy
that dude.
Yeah, dude. We're kind of buddies. He's a good dude. This was literally the day he debuted the pineapple haircut.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, dude, he was so trashed. He almost robbed the Airbnb. It was hilarious. Yeah. Fucking Billy the fridge is there, and he just like fully dressed just because he thought it'd be funny, and it was. He just decides to tip himself into the pool. It was a big ass party. Tim Pool is sitting in the fucking living room with Sargon of Akkad and a bunch of other culture war grifters. He's got like his GoPro on his chest, and then he's got a selfie stick, and he's trying to like hold court about how we need to destroy the left. Meanwhile, the rest of us are just trying to get drunk and laid. Like that's where I learned. That's where I really learned the meaning of the phrase. Wow, I bet he's great at parties.
Yeah, this is look at that. This is what he looked like. Hold on, copy image. No, copy image link. There we go.
Oh, this guy, yeah.
Yeah,
I know
dude.
the name. I was like,
Look at this fucking fit. He comes in to the
I've
White
seen on
House.
podcast. He just yells at other people.
Why
No,
did you wear it?
no, he yells at people. He just says some stupid shit. But this guy, look at it. He's wearing a suit underneath, like with a hoodie underneath, and his fucking beanie. He by the way, he's balding. By the way, he's
Wait.
very insecure with that. That's why.
Oh my god! Like, what was that about?
No,
Coming
it's
at
true.
this guy's balding.
No, he is actually some dude, some protester. I think he was at a protest, and some dude like literally like his video was like, "I'm gonna take out the beanie of Tim Pool," and then he does it, and it was like bald. It was like holy shit.
I mean,
But no,
even things like,
honestly, fuck this guy. This guy is incredibly, sorry, he's incredibly disingenuous. He always does these kind of straw man arguments, and I think actually in that press poll, his question, quote unquote question, it really wasn't a fucking question, starts off basically painting the guy, the Maryland Kilgar, the military man who was wrongly deported and still stuck in El Salvador because the Trump administration is paying the government of El Salvador to keep him there. And he just starts off saying, oh, the media is painting him as a Maryland man when he's an MS-13. Like, fuck you. Everything he was saying were lies. He is a Maryland man.
Well, hang on. Keep in mind,
Like-
Keep in mind, too, though, Tim was one of the major people found to be taking money from Russian media to spread their message.
I mean, he's a correspondent of Russian Today. Let's just be honest. They already caught him and his organization. Actually, it wasn't his organization, but whatever organization he's a part of. They were like, they were getting paid by Russian oligarchs, the Russian Today specifically. So
That's why I call him Beanie Baby, and it's funny to me though too because it's like, so here's the kind of sad thing, like before voice acting, and in between screen acting and all the other shit, like I was doing YouTube for a while, and I was part of I jumped in on the skeptic anti-SJW thing. Not because like I really like had an axe to grind. I kind of did because I mean family court sucks and that's a whole different conversation. But also like I worked in progressive politics for years, and then I did notice things like unions. They were getting a little goofy with how they made their decisions. So I had like some things to say, but to me it was mostly just, hey, look at this fucking idiot they put a video out saying dumb shit. I'm gonna respond to it and then have a laugh. And then the alt-right. Well, then the alt-right came around, right? Now, at that time, before then, like, for a while, I was friends with Sargon of Akkad. I was friends with the Honey Badger Brigade. I was, like, friends with these people. But this is early on, though. This is before, like, they went full fascist. And the idea was always, oh, I want to save the left from these crazies. And I'm like, that's cool. I just want to make fun of goofy shit on the internet. That's cool with you. And then I watched as the money got bigger and bigger with them, that they fell more and more and more into that fashy thing. Like, there was a conversation, I did my late night show with Jeff Holiday, who I think he's still making content, but, fucking, like, this is one of the guys we created Kekistan with as a joke that got wildly out of hand and all that. And, but with all that, it was like, one time, like, we finished the show, we were both kind of drunk. We were, like, the Patreon thing was happening. The Sargon, Carl Benjamin. He said some fucking dirty fucking shit, and I'd already stopped talking to him at that point. But yeah, he got kicked off of Patreon, so he was leading a boycott of Patreon. And at the time, this was like how I was making my living, was doing videos, doing streams, Patreon. And all of a sudden, half my income goes away right before Christmas. And Jeff, one night after the show, was like, "Hey, do you want me to pull Carl into a call?" I'm like, "No, I'm doing it anyway." Carl's on the call, and he's like trying to like rally us, like, "We need to boycott Patreon because they're anti-free speech and all this." And I'm just like, "Dude, I can't get my daughter Christmas presents because of you and your bullshit." And he straight up was like, "You know what? Fuck you. I lost 6 figures. I'm sorry. I'm gonna get off of this call. Yeah, I'm gonna get off of this call now so that I don't fly across the fucking pond and punch your dick in your throat."
I feel like you've said this before. Actually, I feel like I've heard this story before from last time you were here. Actually,
yeah, maybe, but well, I guess it comes back to Tim Pool though, because like Tim initially, like, he came out of Vice, you know.
He came out of Vice, and he also was a big part of the like reporting of the Occupy Wall Street too.
Yeah,
actually,
and
that's what he got his name for. Was that?
Yeah,
initially.
he had some what you might call like the progressive bona fides, yeah. And when in the early days, like I remember when he was like doing live streams from like the Seattle protests and shit like that. It was like, hey, this is kind of interesting. This is cool journalism. I was doing journalism myself at the time. I'm like, hey, this is kind of cool. And then it turned so quick, and it was like, oh, I'm going to go to Sweden and make a fake documentary about no-go zones that don't even fucking exist. And even though like he just walked through the streets of like fucking like all these major cities where supposedly all these migrants were just going to rape you if you were a certain shade of tan. No, all of a sudden it's like, no, it didn't happen. So he edits the video where it's just him walking around with some douchebag. Like, yes, this is a very scary area. We don't like to go here.
Actually, was it the person that he was walking with, like a right wing, like fascist or something that he was with? Yeah, that's what I recall. Yeah, that was the beginning of. Well, I shouldn't say it's the beginning. I think the man was always a grifter. He just, when it came to Occupy Wall Street, he was just in the right place at the right time. Honestly, real quick, Gabe, you got anything to talk about? You've been awfully quiet. Sorry.
Well, no, it's fine, dude.
I'm just listening. I'm hearing good stories.
I'm listening. I did write a comment. I wrote 2 comments.
The cast transition.
Oh,
yeah.
What am I? Thinking?
And I put a link to what I'm drinking. Maybe we should start doing that. You know, maybe some people will want to actually have us drink their stuff if we keep sharing their links. New ideas, you know.
Yeah, no, you do that, and then eventually you get the company to sponsor you, and then you drink nothing but their shit.
Yeah.
Okay, guys, welcome to the Topical Drinks Podcast, brought to you by Twisted Tea.
You can choose your options. We're not dying of thirst over here to like just take on any deal.
I actually think, was it last week or the week before that we no, it was the week before when we had the guest over, and the question came up, what was the worst drink that you've ever drank? And I said Twisted Tea was my worst alcohol, I should say. Yeah.
I dare all of you to get Spiritus the Big New. It's a Polish grain alcohol. On the label, in big friendly letters, it says flammable. Cool. We used to, Jeff got sent a bottle to his P.O. box one time, and so like he tried a shot one time, and he was like, I thought he was acting. He's like, no. And then he was like so drunk he fell out of his chair. And I'm like, hey, this is clearly a bit. It's an act. And then I went out.
What was it called?
Spiritus Zbigniew.
Whoa, can you say that again?
I can't. Don't ask me to spell it, but Spiritus Zbigniew. I think it's ZYBGNIV, something like that.
Polish
Yeah.
beer.
Oh no! It's a Polish grain alcohol. It's basically Polish Everclear.
Grain alcohol.
Yeah.
Okay.
I tried some of this shit. I went to a conference one time, and like it was like a year, and we do a thing. Like we had to put a limit. Like, all right, so every $50, we make in Streamlabs.
Is it this guy? Sorry.
I can't see your stream.
Palmo Spiritus Reticifikowania.
Oh
192
yeah.
192 proof.
That's insane.
That sounds about right. Yeah.
That's
that sounds about right.
insane.
God damn.
192 is.
Ooh.
That's too high.
Yeah.
That's
Well,
incredibly high.
That's meant
wait,
for
here's it.
to be a Molotov.
Check it out. Is grain alcohol legal in the U.S.? Everclear is legal in many states, but not all.
Many
States that have
states.
Okay, sorry. States that have banned the 190 proof grain alcohol include California, Hawaii, Florida, Iowa, Maine, Massachusetts, Michigan, Minnesota, Nevada, New Hampshire, New York, North Carolina, Ohio, Washington. Hey, guess what's not on that list?
Illinois. So, guess who's gonna
Let's
drink
go.
in next episode? Probably Nick.
I'm
Uh-oh.
I'm telling you now. Like, definitely get a bottle if you can, right? But it's a novelty.
Get
It's
a
a novelty thing.
bottle. I already have butane and gasoline inside my apartment.
Exactly. You know what? That probably is easier on you. Because the thing is, like, we had a thing. People would, like, $10 or $20 super
What happened?
chats, and we're like, yeah, do a shot. And then we had to get to a point where, like,
Jesus.
I can
Benny's
buy
has
it.
it.
I got in my local Benny's in Vernon Hills. I can buy it.
I dare you.
Ooh, I
dare
think I
you.
will. How much is it? It's only $16.
Yeah, it's not good.
Only 7 left. Only 7 left. All right. All right.
No, I straight up, like, we had to get to a point on this show because people would just, like, throw $10 or $20 fucking super chats.
Shout out to Benny's.
And be like, Jeff, do a shot. And it got so bad where, like, we put a limit. We're like, all right, I cannot in good conscience make Jeff go through this for less than $50 because I wasn't doing it. I didn't give a fuck. And we split the money. But yeah, like, when I got out to this one conference, one of our fans brought a bottle out, so I got to try it for the first time. I just did a very small shot, and yes, it did get me fucked up real quick. But oh my god, like it was like pure acid in like my entire esophagus, and it lasted for like half an hour. Yeah, you know how like normally you drink some like shitty vodka or whatever, you get that burn, and like a couple minutes it goes away. No, this was like a half an hour where I was like, oh, why did I do that?
This is crazy though. 190 proof is definitely more because I always thought Baijiu had the most, but Baijiu is only 120 proof. The most you can get is 60% alcohol. So this thing is how much percent would this be then?
It'd be almost 100%.
Yeah, it's rubbing alcohol.
Christ,
Aged in wood casks, I guess. I don't fucking know. But yeah, it's honestly, get some and keep it as a novelty. But after your first shot, you're gonna open Streamlabs and be like, all right, you guys got it. It's $150, and for every $150 you guys kick into the stream here, I'll do one shot, and you're gonna make like $400 or $500. But you won't remember any of it.
100%. I know that Twitch and YouTube would not allow that. If we like had the stream on Kick or one of those dumbass sites, then yeah, I think what would be okay.
I made, dude. I drunk streamed for so many years, and I still see it. You know, fucking dude. Commented Kid is like, did you see his last video? He was like, "Where'd all this smoke come from?"
he was definitely smoking. Yeah. I fucking love that episode. I keep showing these guys. Actually, yeah, Gabe and JP. You guys ever see? I keep linking you guys some Commenticate videos. I don't think you guys saw any of that shit.
I don't think I did.
Oh
I
man,
apologize.
Gabe,
First time I met him.
Saw what?
First time.
Commenticate.
Internet comment etiquette with Eric.
Yeah, internet comment
Oh
etiquette.
yeah, I remember you guys mentioned that
Maybe
last time
once
we met.
before. Maybe once before. I used to watch the Eric and Andre show. If that same show.
No,
No?
it's not.
I mean,
Well-
honestly though, Eric Andre and Eric and Commenticate, like put the two of those guys in a room and give them like 40 minutes to come up with a show, and it'll be the weirdest shit you've ever seen.
Eric
I don't
Andre's
think-
show was wild. It was wild.
Right. I don't think their comedy would match though. Like I think Eric Andre's is very absurdist, like high, how would I say it? What was
Stoner
his name?
shit.
High energy absurdist type shit.
Yeah.
While like Commenticate is more like low key, low energy, but like just like he's quick witted and he's smart with the words that he says, right? I would say
In
like
the
Eric
industry- in the
Eric
industry,
Andre-
we call that complimentary.
I would say like Eric Andre might actually be better. Like it would be interesting if he had any sort of production with Tim and Eric, like that comedy duo.
Actually, no. Funny thing about that. There's a reason that never happened. Eric Wareheim, at least I'm told, Eric Wareheim fucking hates Eric Andre.
Really? Why?
Yeah.
That-
Because I mean I don't know the specifics. Have you ever? All right. So, have you ever heard of a thing called what? I don't even remember what they call themselves. I don't even give a shit now these days. It was one of these, like, they started out as like skeptic, atheist, inquiry, holding important conversations thing, and now they're just right wing scripters. But,
The Amazing Atheist, I think would be one of them, right?
fuck CJ Kirk.
All right. Well,
He's a
continue.
banana. He's a fucking banana. How about that? Fuck you, TJ, you piece of shit. And fuck drunken.
Wow.
Wow. Tell us how you really feel.
I got a history, and I'm not gonna pretend I don't. But
Hold on, let's continue with the Eric Wareheim.
yeah, no. So I guess like in their heyday, when Tim and Eric, awesome show, great job, was a little long in the tooth. They were still going, but it was a little long in the tooth. And then Eric Andre came around. Tim worked with Eric Andre a bit.
Oh yeah.
More I think in like a writing and creative process thing.
Mm-hmm.
And this is just rumors, what I've been told, but that by people who work with them. But yeah, Eric Wareheim just did not like Eric Andre. He didn't want anything to do with him.
Really?
So, yeah, and I mean I can kind of see that because I can imagine Eric Andre being a difficult person to work with. He's a genius. I love his shit. But I can definitely see why. Because I mean, if he is always on, and he seems like a kind of guy who is always on, yeah, I could see that being a. Can you just fucking stop, dude? Please.
Yeah, no. When I see any of the live stuff, like when Eric Wareheim and Tim Heidecker are doing like just like being themselves and watching their own stuff, like they're dudes that like are definitely very chill, but like they're the masters of absurdist humor. You know, if you ever see Tom Goes to the Mayor, they're master. I'm not saying they're the creators of it. I'm saying they're masters at it. You know, Tom Goes to the Mayor.
Why though? Well, you know why though?
Tell me why.
They were kind of mentored by Bob Odenkirk.
Yes, I mean Bob Odenkirk actually was the executive producer for their shows, the Tim and Eric Awesome Show, and also Tom Goes to the Mayor.
And if you look back at any of those shows that they did, it's clear as fucking day which bits and parts he wrote. Like
Right.
all of the product things, like you remember Cinco Bank? That was like it's got to be my favorite Tim and Eric.
Everything about Cinco is so fucking hilarious to me. Sorry.
Well,
to everybody in chat. Sorry, real quick though. To everybody in chat and everybody that might not know Tim and Eric, which I feel like Gabe might not know.
I know Tom and Eric, the big guys, right? Adult Swim too as well. No,
Tim and Eric.
Tim and Eric.
Tim
Yeah,
and
I remember that show.
Tom and Eric.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Awesome show. Yeah, the awesome show,
Tim and
right?
Eric also show. Okay, so it's just like or JP. I don't know if you ever watch that stuff.
I have not yet.
It,
No.
they're basically like just straight up absurdist humor that is just. It's like I don't know how to explain it. Like
The early
to me,
stages of brain rot, I
Cable
think.
access.
Yeah,
It was all cable access style.
Yes,
Everything was low fidelity, low quality. Really, it just looked and sounded shitty, but that was the point. And it was basically like, hey, because I mean, honestly, I think it was. I'm pretty sure Tim and Eric started doing their shit when they were in college, and
Right.
it looks like college level shit. And then they're just like, hey, let's just keep doing this.
to me, it reminded me more of like just like humor that like I don't know. It's like bathroom shower thoughts humor or some shit like
Yeah.
that, or like or when
Yeah.
you're a kid, like or when you're a kid or just a teenager and you're just thinking like, oh, wouldn't it be funny if this happens? Or like so just like
Stoner
the
shit.
stupidest thing. Yeah, stoner shit.
Stoner shit.
like you're
this
in the
is what I do. I
just
sit on
thinking-
you. Sit on you.
Yeah.
Sit on you. Like,
Yeah. Or no,
that was
tumblers.
comedy.
If you remember what the pumpers want to pump them pumpers, you know, or
no,
anything
shrimp
Cinco. Anything Cinco is just like the most like dumbest thing you could think of. Like, okay, what's the dumbest product I could think of? The most unnecessary product, and let's make a commercial about that. You know, like
Well,
it's
here-
crazy.
Well, did you ever watch Mr. Show with Bob and David?
I saw some of it. I didn't see a lot of it though, but I do know
Yeah.
I've seen some. Yeah.
Yeah, well, it's like I remember growing up with that shit. Like, my family had cable, and so hey, HBO, hey, Mr. Show with Bob and David, this is awesome. And then that came and went, and that was like kind of iconic to me in a way. It's like, this is really weird. And then I discovered Monty Python, and I'm like, oh, they didn't invent one sketch leading into another. Okay, cool.
Yeah.
But then-
Yeah.
But yeah, anytime you watch Tim and Eric, anytime you see any of those bits like the Cinco shit or any kind of product release, you could tell if you watch Mr. Show at all, you're like, all right, this is Bob Odenkirk's bit. Like, Bob
Right.
wrote this, gave it to them, and it's like, hey. And like, I just Cinco Bank is my favorite. Guy sits down to an automated fucking teller machine, and he's like, I'd like to open an account. Okay. Do you live in a hole or a boat? No. Okay. I think you said boat. Is your
Yeah.
boat, what is it? Is your boat a fishing liner or no? Is your boat used for shipping or commercial fishing?
Dude,
Help someone.
we should talk.
Okay, I think you said commercial fishing.
No, I actually I think my favorite was the it's either the Cinco phone because I keep watching that Cinco phone, or any one of the Cinco ones that they would have the guy that like with the false teeth, and they would just like always use the fact that he has a false teeth and that they pull out the teeth, like the what was it, the Cinco food tube, that it's like, oh, you should
yeah,
not
I remember that.
hurt yourself chewing your food, and then it's this whole process of like basically liquefying your food and sticking it in the surgery.
Yeah.
Like it's so
It
stupid,
handles all the mastication for me.
right? Sorry, Gabe. What were you saying? Sorry.
I was like, since we're on the subject of like these obscure shows and humor, we should like talk about some of our other favorite Adult Swim shows that we watched that may have been not super popular, but they were a hit nonetheless. I'll start. There was a show called China, Illinois. Did you ever watch that show?
Yes.
No.
You don't know
was
China,
so
Illinois?
good.
I never watched it though.
It was so good. You would love it, Nick. The way your personality is, you would fucking
Yeah.
fall out your chair laughing.
The guy that made it, Brad Neely, he also had this other one. It was called Brad Neely's Hard Nailin' Scorpio PPO was another show that he got after China, Illinois. So Brad Neely, here, let me pull it up. Brad Neely's Hard Nailin' Scorpio PPO. That was also after China, Illinois. So China, Illinois was definitely funny. Like for sure, I loved
I've
it.
never heard of this. This is wild.
It's like the like this is like the style of animation that they had.
Huh.
It's pretty fucking funny. I will give you that. So for me though, Ah man, I don't want to say Super Jail because I think Super Jail was like
That-
popular, but I think
I like that show
So
too, but
good.
it got drawn out.
I don't think it was funny though. I think it was more
It wasn't
like
meant to
just,
be funny. It's just violence. It was
it
violence.
was just
Weird.
yeah,
But
exactly. It was just-
impressive,
bizarre.
impressive in animation though. Very impressive.
So there was this
Hey.
one show that for some reason made me laugh because of how fucking absurdist it is, and it's got the same humor as Aqua Teen Hunger Force, which is another show, but I wouldn't say that's obscure. That thing like literally made Adult Swim.
Oh,
Let's
yeah.
be honest.
Yeah.
Was Perfect Hair Forever. There we go. I forgot the name for a second. Perfect Hair Forever. Do you remember that?
Okay, if we're getting obscure though, do you remember Fat Guy Stuck in the Internet?
Yes.
No.
I do remember that one. That one didn't last that long though, if I remember correctly.
Wait. Let me look it up. Let me see. Fat guy stuck.
Hey, while you look that up, I just real quick in your
I don't remember
community
this one.
chat here, right? I just posted a link. I made this a few years ago. Really fucking lazy, but I think you guys in your audience might enjoy it if you want to give it a look. It's a short thing.
Can I
Take a
play?
look.
Oh, yeah,
Are we
yeah,
gonna,
totally.
are we gonna get copyright? All right, let's try it.
If I get a notification, I'll just cancel it.
Wizard of Cause. This is how
Yeah.
I know this guy.
All right, let's do this. Hold on. Let's play now. That's Master Shake. That's Master Shake.
I just couldn't help but think this is perfect.
Oh, I have this muted.
I told you, fireman, astronaut, race car driver, maybe bikini judge. And this is what I get? What is this? Are you kidding me? This is third world, and I'm from the first. I'm number one, baby.
Because I mean, we gotta be honest with
But
ourselves.
you
Because I mean, we
see,
gotta
nobody
be honest
gives
with
me
ourselves. Trump is straight up Master Shake, except Master
Yeah.
Shake's kind of charming, in a way.
Oh, I just noticed something. Hold on. That's by the way hilarious. But what the fuck? I just noticed that.
Wow.
What the fuck is going on here? Look at his mouth. He's got like a little spittle or something like that that's been sticking out the entire time.
I don't
Look at
know
that
what you
shit.
mean.
Right here. Right here.
I'm looking at
Well,
it.
You're looking. Okay, watch it.
Oh wait.
Watch it. It's still
Oh
there.
wait. Oh, I see.
Yeah, it's gonna come up still. Hold on. Look. See?
Well, he is
See?
speaking. To be fair.
Yeah, that's a lot of like just hanging spit there. I don't know, man. Anyway, dude, great fucking Aqua Teen Hunger Force. I love it. So, how long did it take
That
you to
was
get
back
this
in
clips?
2015. Who would have known
Oh,
that he would
that-
be tracking autistic people trying to
Also, if
eradicate
you want
that
to,
like it's a disease?
if you want, this will get you copy struck if you air it a little bit, but who gives a shit? But I sent you another one. This is like the kind of shit we just used to do. It's like, all right, what kind of mashups can we do?
Yeah.
So it's like, the Cats trailer dropped, and I'm like, I know the song that belongs to this.
Oh shit!
It's gonna give it to you. So X gonna give it to you. Yeah, that's gonna copyright strike us.
No, oh no,
Definitely.
yeah, like when you get a chance, like take it, give it a watch, because it's one of those weird things where it just syncs. Like I didn't do anything. I just laid the track over the video, and it just synced up. So,
Here, we'll look into our chat here. So, but we won't play it.
You just reminded me of that guy from Arrested Development. What's his name?
Will Arnett,
Yes.
magician.
Yes,
Job.
exactly.
Job.
Go, Job.
Yeah,
Job. I haven't finished that show. I should watch that show. Speaking of shows,
Dad, they're
skipped-
not tricks; they're illusions.
before I,
illusions.
so yeah, I don't
Sorry, go
want to. So before we leave the obscure conversation, I want to add another obscure show. There was this one show. It was like computer generated, and this guy was like Jesus, but he was like a deer with like backwards legs or something like that.
Xavier Renegade Angel. Xavier Renegade Agenda. Yes.
That show was amazing. Yeah, that show was amazing.
That show.
Really?
I need to
That
watch that.
show
I need to show.
Like when YouTube started like suggesting me like scenes from that, like I can't stop watching that shit. It's so fucking hilarious.
That was honestly a golden age of Adult Swim. I think is when
Oh, yeah.
they're like, how fucking weird can we get? And here's the weird thing too: is you guys remember Too Many Cooks?
Yes. That really absurdist thing that it was like at 5 a.m. or whatever time they premiered it. I remember that shit.
No, but here's the weird
Oh.
thing. I'm pretty sure. I think that was Wham City Comedy who made that. But it was like Too Many Cooks, and they had another one which was like a fake ad for like an antidepressant or something. But if you look deeper into those, you kept finding it. Like, do you know what an ARG is?
Yeah. Augmented
Yeah.
reality game. Yeah.
Alternate reality.
Alternate reality, not augmented. Sorry. Yeah. Go ahead.
Yeah. No, those were all ARGs. Like, if you decided you wanted to, like, there was that the Adult Swim ran it was like the fake antidepressant medication ad. The thing is, like, if you go and watch that on YouTube, you find other links to extended cuts. But then those extended cuts bring you to other weird shit. And like, there's one time where you can like explore the house of the main character, and it's just all over the place. You find this weird shit like, oh, all these family portraits with like the faces of the children and the dad scratched out. What the fuck is it? Why are there Christmas gifts in this room? And it just kept getting weirder and weirder.
That's
deeper
pretty
you
cool.
went. Yeah, like I'm pretty sure that was Wham City Comedy because they've done a number of those, and those people are fucking insane. Cricket Hansen is one of my favorite human beings.
I think
She was part of that.
going to ARGs real quick though. Like I think the first ARG I ever actually kind of quote unquote participated with, or not really participated. I guess I kind of participated because I was a part of the message boards about it a little bit, but I wasn't the one that was looking out for that stuff. I was just kind of like keeping track of it. Was the one that they did for Halo 2.
Oh,
You guys
yeah,
remember
that was a good one.
You remember that? Like Gabe, you remember that stuff? The bees?
The bees for Halo 2.
The bees for Halo 2.
Is you talking about a commercial ad or just like another spinoff show
ARG.
thing?
An ARG.
Oh no, I don't remember that.
You don't remember
Yeah,
that?
it started
That-
with the ad, and then
Yeah. It was like what was the ad? Something bees. What was it called? Like
Bees knees.
no, it was a Halo 2 ARG. Let me look it up here. I love bees. So it was entire viral marketing from Bungie to promote Halo 2, and it actually was pretty successful because a lot of people were like, "What the fuck is this I love bees thing?" And it's only and during that whole thing, when they actually start releasing, or some people like find audio clips, the audio clips were incredibly disjointed, but you find out that like this is taking place in the universe of Halo. And it actually had a whole story about it with this girl. Her dad actually was one of the original Spartan ones, turns out, and that so on and so forth. And then the AI that actually went back in time. Oh yeah, there were two stories. One, the AI somehow went back in time, and there was this one dude that's in our timeline, and then there's the Halo timeline and stuff like that, and it all culminated to the beginning of Halo 2, where the Covenant essentially invade Earth. That shit
Really? The
was-
bees, huh?
the best. I love bees. Yeah.
Well, so there was a big famous, like before the internet was even big. It was evil. There was a big ARG that went on in I think it was San Francisco, and like it culminated like the players, they just took little tabs off of a pull sheet on a fucking cork board, right, and called the number, and then there you are in the game.
Yeah,
And
yeah.
it was huge. Yeah, it was huge, and like it ended with like this massive, like there was like a staged protest against a fake corporation, and everybody showed up in like gold masks and white robes, and
Yeah.
it was big and weird. Well, the people who put that one on, that's kind of what made ARGs a big thing. During COVID, they put another one on called Signal, and that largely like relied upon online engagement, and like here's a really cryptic puzzle or question, and then when enough people get the answer, then the next stage of the game is unlocked. Well, the issue was like my fan base at the time, my audience and my friends, my community. Well, we started getting really into it, and a number of us were website programmers and coders, and they broke into the back end of the website because thinking like, okay, well, like the goal of the game is to figure out the game, so let's just figure out what they did. And we broke the game. We completely cracked everything. And then we were all like on the subreddits and shit like, hey guys, like look what we did. We our team fucking figured this out. And they were so like, the other people in the subreddit were so angry. And yet the creators of the game like started following all of us on all of the socials and shit like that, and they're like, and it was kind of like they were kind of impressed that we broke their game, but everybody else was so angry. Just like, hey, feel sorry. Did you want this to bring you through the whole pandemic? Because it's not gonna happen. We all have too much time on our hands. But yeah, it even got to a point. I found one of the senior like vice president people of this group, and I found her contact info, and I forgot to tell her I was live streaming when I did it, but I called her on a live stream, and I was like, yeah, so what's up with Signal? And she's like, I don't know, I'm not a part of any of this anymore. I don't know what you're talking about. I'm like, oh, okay, cool. Blah 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 blah. We talked a bit, and like she let some shit slide, and then that gave us further keys to completely break the game. And then afterwards, I was like, oh shit, I forgot, I didn't mention we were doing a live stream. She's like, what, you were live? I'm like, yeah. Is that a problem? She's like, a little bit. I'm like, so I just took the entire stream down because I'm like, I don't want to fuck this girl's life up and whatever. But yeah, dude, it gets like it's. Honestly, I think ARGs are one of like the best.
Is
kind of
Pokemon Go considered an ARG?
No.
Well,
No, I don't think so.
No, maybe. I mean,
Wasn't it recording and putting Pokemon in the real world? Isn't that like alternate reality?
yeah,
like-
it's it's like you got to go out
What
in
do
the
you mean?
world, and you got to go out and.
Why was your strong?
Yeah,
I don't think so, Jorge. What was that about?
Well, because okay, actually, I just pulled up the definition of an ARG. Let me pull it up here. So ARGs is an interactive networked narrative that uses the real world as a platform and employs transmedia storytelling to deliver a story that may be altered by players' ideas and actions. None of that stuff would be Pokemon Go, because
Well,
Pokemon Go didn't,
part of
didn't have a
it,
story.
kinda.
It didn't have a story.
Yeah.
It didn't have a story. It didn't have a
Yes,
story.
there was no story. It did do the players' actions. Obviously, the players were running around doing action. The form is defined by an intense player involvement with a story that takes place in a real time and evolves according to the player's responses. That's definitely not Pokemon Go. It is shaped by the
Oh, that's
characters and are
what
actively controlled by the game's designers, as opposed to being controlled by an AI. Blah blah blah. Players interact directly with characters in the game, solve plot-based challenges and puzzles, and collaborates as a community to analyze the story and coordinate real-life online activities and AI. So, yeah, Pokemon Go would not be that. Pokemon Go is augmented reality game. Augmented reality, but not alternative, not alternate reality. Does that make sense?
Mm-hmm.
I'm
Yeah.
kind of curious, have any of you guys ever fucked with Randonautica?
Never heard of it.
Never heard of it? It's an app, right? It's like an app you get on your phone, and you turn your GPS on, and then it's got this weird shit. Like you go into the app and you say like what you're looking for, like what you want to find or whatever, and then you set like a distance from where you are, and it'll give you a location to go to. And most of the time it's like you go wherever you're going, it's like there's nothing there or whatever, but you just went for a walk. Good for you. But there's been some weird there was one case where these two teenage girls were playing Randonautica, and they ended up out at this pier, and then the directions were to go under the pier to the side, and when they went there, they found a fucking suitcase with a chopped up body in it.
Okay, yeah. Let me. Yeah, I just looked that up, and I think. Okay, so the most notable controversy involved a group of people heading to a beach in West Seattle for the app, where they found a bag with 2 dead bodies: a 27-year-old man and male,
Oh, I
and a
remember
36-year-old
that.
female.
I do remember that.
Jesus.
I did Randonautica with my late girlfriend Marley years ago, and it was like just like
Sorry to hear
like
that, by the way. Sorry for your loss.
Wait, what?
Thank you.
Who? What?
He said his late girlfriend, so you say sorry
Oh,
for
I'm sorry. Yeah, sorry.
Yeah.
Sorry.
Wait a minute.
Come on, dude.
Dickhead.
I'm still.
I feel welcome and seen here.
I'm sorry. I was literally just reading the controversy, and I'm like, wait, what? Sorry for the loss. What? Yeah, sorry. I'm so sorry. Anyway, go ahead.
He's only partly sorry. We keep
Yeah,
going.
it was like
I'm fully sorry, Gabe. All right.
Fuck off.
we set a, it was an old
That's
apartment.
adorable.
Yeah, it was in the city. It was like we said a quarter mile, so we didn't have to walk too far. And it was the weirdest thing, though. And I think this is one of those like it's almost like confirmation bias, because when we went down, like it's like we're just it's raining and it's shitty. We're walking around, whatever. We're having a fun time. And then for some reason, this one house with this one bright red door just kept fucking speaking to me. And I'm like, because I don't believe shit. I don't believe in shit. But this is weird. And I'm like, why can't I stop looking at that door? Why is it so perfectly red when everything else here is fucking covered in grime and awful? That door. And before I left the city, I actually went and like knocked on it. And I'm like, I need to find out, because it just bugged me for like a year and a half. I'm like, what is this door? I went and knocked on it, and like nobody answered, and I walked away, and I'm like, I'm kind of glad nobody answered. I'm not sure I want to know. Why the fuck? Like, yeah, like these people, like these kids found bodies in a bag in a piece of luggage on the beach. I don't want to know what's behind that door. I don't.
Well, they helped solve it, though. They helped solve the crime.
I mean,
Like-
they probably were scarred for life, but yeah, they helped solve the crime.
The kids didn't. No. I think they got a lot of negative backlash because they weren't acting scarred. They were like making a whole spectacle of it. I think. Yeah, exactly. They were laughing. Yeah.
They thought it was fucking wild, and I
They
mean,
thought it was
obviously, like,
crazy, but yeah.
Yeah.
And obviously,
how else-
shock.
How else are you supposed to react?
I think you're just supposed to. I think you're supposed to be like serious and melancholy, like just like.
You know, that's the thing. I would say like some people react a lot differently than you would expect, and in situations like that, especially for something that like might be very traumatic, just seeing those, that
Some good wine, man.
like it could. Oh yeah, thank you. You're welcome.
I want to share this with one of my sommelier buddies in the building.
You should have shared it with me because I bought it with you.
We can get more.
I wanted to. Those things, man, it was pricey. It was a gift between Zarya and me. Okay. What I was gonna say, sorry, I lost the train of thought. There was that. I don't know how people really react, or like you can't say what you think someone would react when it comes to like shock, that type of thing, because like everybody kind of reacts a little differently.
Has anybody else on this stream like found a dead body before?
I've seen a dead body.
Yeah.
I never found a dead body.
I was at a bus stop in Chicago, and I thought this guy was sleeping. And I'm sitting there waiting for the bus, and the ambulance just pulls up, and I'm like,
Uh-oh.
"Oh, is that guy okay?" No, someone reported him dead earlier. We're just picking him up. Like, oh shit.
Jesus.
So I was sitting next to a dead body. Like I was just like,
Oh, Jesus Christ.
Someone
Yeah,
reporting him dead
it-
earlier is crazy work.
Ugh.
Hold on.
It really, yeah, I
Yeah,
mean, it
step away
really
for a
is one
second.
of those things. Like, it's one of those like you have no idea how you're gonna react to what happens to you.
Right, right.
Yeah.
I mean, like I saw, yeah, a dead motorcyclist when we were in China, and we were like, it was a
Say that.
fresh accident, you know.
face.
Yeah, but anyway.
We never die. We never die.
All right, let's get off this little morbid topic here, because Gabe actually seems to want to talk about Kanye West and his tweet, his tweet
Kanye
2 days
White.
ago. So I gotta say, I avoided all Kanye things, and actually, it happened the day before Oblivion. I was more excited about Oblivion, to be honest, right?
Oh yeah.
The rumors already came in, so I had no idea until after work when I met up with Gabe for like a little bit of a happy hour, and he showed me the tweet, and I'm like, okay, this is Kanye's tweet. Oh, look at your cat's asshole, man! You're just showing off the cat's asshole.
The transcriptions, man. The
I
transcriptions.
told Yadu to tell
Deaf
his party
people
to, like-
exist.
I told Yadu
And
to like
blind people.
like get the people whatever party that he's in, and he said he was gonna play the stream on TV. So I hope he
Oh.
did play it on TV. I hope he sees the stream and what the picture I have for him.
Nice.
I want him to see it. I want him to know it was me. Anyway,
Which one was that again?
the Ye.
Oh,
the Ye-
Game of Thrones. Game of Thrones.
Yeah, Game of Thrones. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay, yay thing. Yeah. So comments on that.
Kanye. Okay, do you guys know? Should JP
Put it on the screen. Put it on the screen.
What up?
All right.
Should I put it on the screen?
Put it on the screen. Of
I
course.
finally got out of the Imperial sewers in Oblivion. Now I'm in the open
Nice,
world
you
area.
did it.
I'm jelly, man.
Kanye.
I'm gonna play that game. I can't
Yeah, did
download it
you-
yet though. I need to focus on my last 2 weeks of school. 2 more weeks. Yeah.
Oh.
I know.
Okay.
The semester's
I'm
coming
just-
to an end.
I'm just gonna read it. I'm gonna bring it up. I'm just gonna read it here. Where is it?
What a puss.
Okay, here it is. Oh wait, no. God damn it.
Persuasive guy is what I'm saying.
Yeah. Do you want to read it or do you want me to read it?
No, I definitely.
You don't want to read it. All right. Oh, you know what? Should I fucking read it?
Wait, put blank. Okay, I'll read it. And I'll blink out what is necessary. Okay.
Well, yeah, because the thing is that anybody and I already have people like viewers here that actually cut things out of context for what I said. There's
That's how
Definitely
it's
some-
done. That's just the way.
You know what?
Oh,
Okay, let's just paraphrase. So Kanye West essentially was saying that his song "Cousins," I guess, was based off a cousin that apparently is in jail for life for killing a woman or something like that.
A pregnant lady.
A pregnant lady. Yeah, he had to mention that she was pregnant, right?
And he also had to mention that it was a few years after he told him that he wouldn't look at dirty magazines together, anymore.
So Kanye West basically admitted, if this is true, I should say, that he and his cousin, male cousin, were simulating.
I like that
sex
you.
acts.
I like that you like put emphasis on male cousin.
Well, yes,
It's-
because there's the part
It's gonna
that
it's
we're
gonna be
not-
obvious soon.
It's gonna be obvious if someone actually reads the comments, basically. But there's a big reason I said male cousin is because Kanye West straight up said that they were simulating the sex acts that they were looking at for the adult magazines. And then in the very end, he just makes it sound like he's like an AA meeting. He says that he essentially sucked his cousin's dick.
I'm not laughing at the comment.
I'm starting to
I
think
mean,
there
like,
might be
for
something
late
wrong with this.
It's like I'm just
Kanye
gonna
guy.
be straight up.
I'm laughing
So-
that you compared it to the
Might be.
AA meeting. I thought the
I-
weirdest part about the
He
tweet.
said, didn't he say I'm Kanye West and I?
No, he said my name is
Did he say
Ye,
that?
and I blopped my cousin blop until I was 14.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's what he said.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah,
And you know
there
what
might
that
be
means.
something
And then he
around
said
this
tweet
guy.
sent, which is the craziest part, I think.
Yeah.
I mean,
tweets that-
Oh, I just died.
But no,
Fuck.
today the tweet I responded to that I saw was him saying, "I'm white," and I'm like, this is gonna get so funny if we go down that Michael Jackson road, you know?
No, no,
Mm.
no, I was actually thinking more of. I remember that. I was actually thinking more of the Dave Chappelle, like the draft, the race draft.
I thought of that too. I'm like, the white delegation rejects your application.
Yeah, I don't. What delegation would want to take? Yay! I don't. I think nobody wants to.
The
to
far
be
the
honest.
far right might want to take him.
No, the
But then-
race,
Oh, well,
the race.
Oh.
You don't remember
gonna
that?
be-
That's
Oh yeah.
Do you know
That
that's
would
I
be-
remember that.
yeah.
That would be fucking phenomenal, though, if like
Oh, the Dave
modern
Chappelle
American
race delegations you talking
Nazis-
about?
Yeah, like if modern American Nazis though were like, yeah, we got Kanye, he's one of the good ones.
I mean, after that tweet, I don't know.
All right, I got a
Actually,
comment
you know
about
what?
one of the good ones.
Yeah,
So
go ahead.
one time I was arrested, and not unrightfully, it was rightfully. I was driving without a license. But anyway, I called one of my buddies, and I'm not going to say any names. I'm going to expose them. But their dad also came with them to bail me out of jail. And his dad straight up said to me, he's, "Come on, Gabriel, I thought you were one of the good ones."
oh,
Thanks, Jethro.
And and honestly, I didn't take it as like a racist thing because he was bailing me out of prison, out of jail. So I was just sitting in the car, just
didn't
like,
realize the things they say. It's just like, oh my god.
yeah. I'm like, I feel like you mean it was harmless, like, but that was racist, yeah. And I remember
It was
telling my buddy that.
Yeah.
Like as a white person, I've said racist shit where I didn't know it at the time, and somebody like told me, I'm like, oh fuck, yeah, that
Yeah.
was bad. My bad.
The
know.
microaggressions, basically the microaggressions. Though, except
That's a
what
little
that
bit
guy
more
said-
than a microaggression, though. That's a little bit more than a
Yeah,
micro.
that
Kind of
was.
a
I was gonna say it was a little bit more than a microaggression. Hey, by the way,
Little
shout out
macro.
to whoever said I look cute, by the way, in your stream. Tell them to get into our stream.
I know.
It's
Yeah,
funny 'cause
what's up?
kind of
Oh,
goes
they
back
said
to
it. It was a
little bit.
YouTuber, dude. It was a YouTuber watcher.
But
Or was it a
not
Twitch
your
watcher?
YouTube. Was it your YouTube?
Remember, I'm streaming to YouTube, Facebook, and Twitch all at the same time. Always.
I'm only
Nice.
YouTube and Twitch right now for topical drinks. Gotta get them on this, man.
I know.
Bad.
I'm putting the topical drinks links in the comments. You know what? There are theories though. Like for example, on Facebook,
What's the theories?
if you put like a link to another social media platform, they automatically share your post less. It's like, oh shit, you're sharing Twitch links? Fuck you. We don't want
Yeah,
to share
that-
your
that-
shit. That makes
I wouldn't
sense.
Actually,
I mean,
that
it's
actually,
like-
I think that got started. I think that got started actually with YouTube. A
Yeah.
lot of people started simul streaming between YouTube and Twitch, and YouTube was like, "Well, we don't want to lose the traffic, so fuck you, buddy."
I mean, should we really create a Facebook account? I'm like really avoiding. I mean, we have an Instagram account. I get it, but
We should create where the users are. Facebook still has the most social media users out of all social media platforms, and then YouTube, and then TikTok.
really, Facebook has the
Wait,
most.
what was that again?
I
Yeah,
think
Facebook
TikTok
has the most.
already got that.
Because
No.
Facebook has the
Gotta get
people
on-
that will actually listen to us too.
Listen, bro,
Exactly.
You gotta get
Exactly.
you gotta get on Rumble. You gotta get on Rumble. It's
No,
like
no.
it's like the spirit of Halloween to social media. Just
Oh,
nobody
God.
knows.
Oh, actually,
It's
YouTube claims the
what it
spot,
does.
and then Facebook.
That's what I was gonna
Excuse me.
say. I think YouTube.
Because
YouTube's
monthly
considered
active
social
for
media?
2025 to 3. Well, yeah, it's not used exactly when it comes. It's not. I don't think, but it is though.
Listen,
It is. It is.
Your racist uncle needs somewhere to put his thoughts, and
The-
that's what
Yep.
Facebook's for, yeah. You know?
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
Well,
I
I
don't-
mean, look.
I mean,
It's literally
well,
one step away. I could just go ahead and just like the Instagram account and convert it to a Facebook account too. I mean, it's just one step, but
are
whatever.
you,
It's
bro? Are you on Threads? Are you on Threads, bro?
just, no.
I'm on Threads. I'm starting to thread more now. Yeah, I'm
You're
threading.
starting a thread. You're doing
I would-
threads.
I would check that out. It's just a weird thing. I
Because
know
we're still at the
Facebook-
start of it. You know, we're still early on Threads right now.
Well, I can. Yeah, but here's the problem is like I can. So for some fucking reason, I don't know how this happened. I cleared my cache on one of my browsers. I cleared my cache on what was it? Yeah, I cleared my cache on Firefox. And then it's like, okay, you're logged out of all this shit. And I'm like, oh, well, I didn't mean for that to happen because I unchecked that box, but whatever. And then I went to log back into Facebook, and it's like, oh, you used an old password. And I'm like, no, I'm pretty sure I didn't, but okay. And I went back and forth with them like 5 times trying to reset password, and I like sent them a picture of my ID and all that shit. And then ultimately they was just like, they're like, oh, sorry, no, you can't. And for some reason I can still log into Facebook on Brave browser, but not on any other browsers or on my phone. So I'll go to log into Threads and they're like, what's your Facebook login? And I'll be like, I don't tell me. And they won't let me reset it. So fuck them. But no, something I wanted to mention before though, on your comment about getting one of those, I thought you were one of the good ones comments. So
Right.
my early YouTube career was making fun of like the kooky fucking Technicolor left, and it was fun because it was dumb ideas. But then the alt-right showed up, and then I'm like, these are really stupid. I'm gonna have fun with these guys. And I did a couple of videos just calling out their bullshit. I'm like, you really think all because you fell out of a pink cunt and grew up to be a certain shade in a place you had no decision on being that makes you special? And my God, the following I built up by making fun of college kids just turned, and it was all these statue profiles, and they were like, "Oh, you're some kind of race traitor. What's going on with you?" And then one person jumps in, and is like, "He's a Jew. He's just a mongrel Jew, and he doesn't have a homeland." And I'm just like, okay, well, first off, we have a homeland, and if I knew then what I know now, I'd be like, you guys would be all about that homeland, even though I'm not. But as their boy, but yeah, it's pretty wild. Like when you're a white Jew, and then you turn against Nazis, and they're like, I thought you were one of us. Like, what gave you that impression?
Hold on.
Was I one of the good ones?
Hold on. JP, he's a Jew.
What's up?
Did you not vet this guy? No, just kidding.
He brought this up in the last podcast, man.
Yeah, I
They
know. I'm
let
just joking.
Jews
there.
on the internet? No.
What?
I Trump's gonna come after us now, so it's okay.
Yeah, that's. I know he already did. Thank you.
Yeah,
He's gonna come after us because like Gabe is showing his cat's ass right now. What's up?
Dude, what the hell?
Oh, nah.
Look at that cat. Beautiful cat, by the way. My cat's already ran away.
After you said she's showing her ass, then you say beautiful cat. You can't say that in the same sentence.
You know
can't
what?
say-
Now that I'm gonna use my basement more, maybe I should buy a cat tree here. I should
What
buy
do
a
you
should
cat
use
have
tree.
your
more
basement
cat
for?
trees.
More? Are you gonna start burying people yet or what?
Exactly.
What?
He's
Burying
like, what's?
people?
Well,
I love the fact that-
don't fuck up the feng shui near the pool table though. Put it somewhere.
Yeah, I know. Where would I put it?
I just
To
really
off
love
screen.
with your beautiful, very beautiful white cat. It was funny because it wasn't until like she rolled over once that I even noticed she was there because she blended in with the sheets so well. And then I'm like, why is his sheets moving? Oh my God, that's a kitty cat.
It's a beautiful cat. Look at how
It's a
she
beautiful
is right
cat.
now.
Just chilling.
She's so like perfectly circle right now, right behind him.
She's always She gets kind of obsessive and she wants to be around my space.
What
Oh,
would it be? Like I had a big, chunky,
See, look at her, look at her.
gourd-shaped black cat, like same size, and I called her my shadow loaf. And I'm wondering, like, what kind of loaf is this? Is it a cloud loaf? Is it
a tofu?
tofu
No,
loaf? That's got
a loaf. Oh, I don't know.
it's
Oh,
Oh man,
snap.
you gave up on
I
Oblivion. You gave
know.
up, JP. You gave up on Oblivion. Are you gonna play us out?
He didn't give up on play us out. It's crazy, but JP didn't give up. He's just on to the next. JP, play us a
On
tune.
to the next. Oh,
Fred up,
please.
Fred it up.
Breathe.
We still got
Play
time. We
some
still got
Khaki
time.
King. Play some Khaki
Oh, yeah.
King. I know you can do that. Just the slap guitar. Bing, 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 bing.
Let's sing a tune
Oh
together.
damn, man. Maybe I should bust out. Well, I don't have the acoustic. I don't have the acoustic with me. I only have the electric guitar with me.
No, jump on your keyboard, dude. Give him a fucking. Give him
I don't know how to
a
play that.
piano.
That's the wife's. That's the wife keyboard. I don't know how to.
No
play it.
excuses. It's there. Learn it.
Yeah, I know. I know. Learn it. No, I gotta get the electric. Like I gotta learn more of the electric guitar over here. So.
And that's also not your
I'm not
excuse.
pointing out the sword. What? No, that guitar actually. Well, yeah, no, that guitar is mine, straight up. I had that guitar since I lived in Cleveland, actually. Long
You were
time
like,
ago.
you probably got it with the under the guise of chicks are gonna love this. When they see that, yeah.
I'm not gonna say
Deny?
I'm not gonna confirm or deny that.
I've
If a-
discovered there's actually a redeeming. There's one way in which a bass player can be redeemed.
A
And
bass
it's
player.
Yeah, if they're a hot Philly chick who looks like a young Jennifer Tilly. My heart will always live with Sarah, even though she's got opioid problems now. But my point is like for the longest time, I'm like, bass player, and then I met her, and I'm like, bass player. I can't play anything, so.
There's actually I think a video of like a really like a very attractive I think she might be a bass she might be a bass player actually. She's a bass player from Mexico, a Mexican rock band, all girl rock band and stuff like that, and she was killing it. Actually let me look this up real quick. Well, not look her up, but look up the channel. It's this dude that's actually pretty fucking funny. That all he does is bass guitar stuff. I don't know if you ever
You
heard
guys
of this
actually
guy.
hear me playing, or is it like
A little
in
bit.
the
I can hear it.
A little bit, not.
It's not too
much.
loud, which is good.
Yeah.
It feels
Oh yeah.
like, it feels
Dave-
like a scene
Dave-
out of The Last of Us.
Davey 504. There we go. Davey 504. He's hilarious. I highly recommend that dude. And oh yeah, here we go. Let me just show. I'm not gonna play the video though, but here you go. These Mexican bassists must be stopped. And there you go. And there's the picture, the video of the girl herself, right? And she's fucking jamming it. And so usually what he would do is like with these must be stopped things, because he's got a lot of these must be stopped, like these Japanese bassists must be stopped, you know? He basically plays like with them. So like whatever video they're playing, he plays with them. And the dude's a
Nice.
genius. The dude's really good at what he does. So
Whoa.
these anime bassists must be stopped. So there you go. Yeah. So highly recommend this
I've
guy's
always-
videos.
Something I've always admired about just Japanese music in general is they have such a love of like technical ability. And
Yes.
then you look in like two of the two of the biggest music styles in Japan are jazz and metal. And
Yeah.
normal Americans would be like, well, those don't have anything to do with each other. It's like, be surprised.
Yeah, no, jazz, like actually like a lot of jazz is very how would I say it? Like I don't know, what's the word about jazz? It's like it's not unpredictable, but like very frantic in a
Oh,
way.
yeah, it's fluid. It's really fluid, but at the
Yes.
same time, if you are not absolutely in the fucking pocket, it's not gonna sound good.
Right.
But when you
Right.
are, it's gonna blow everyone's fucking minds. And it's similar with I'm not a metalhead. I've never really been big into metal, but I really appreciate it as a music form because just the basic technical level of skill involved in shredding like that, or like double bass drumming. It's like, dude, you could be a marathon runner with those fucking calves.
Oh, for sure. Like I mean I used to be big metal and also like new metal type stuff back in high school. I mean my edgelord life back then. But-
Edgelord.
Yeah, edgelord stuff. But like I did have an appreciation for the technicality of the stuff. Now, but I think a lot of those things when I get back don't like age well, and it probably mostly has to do with the lyrics and the music and the singer.
Oh yeah.
Because like that's when it starts getting really butt rock. Because basically the singer itself is just like, like I'm like, oh god, shut up, you know.
You
Like-
want to hear something? kind of crazy though is so
Go ahead.
my daughter's going to be 17 next month, right?
Damn.
And
You got kids that
yeah,
old? Wow.
I'm like most Jews age like avocados. I think it's the Irish. Like I know I've just got enough whiskey in me to where I've got so many preservatives. I want to make a beautiful corpse. But
He's
but no,
saying
it's
we're
a
not
weird-
saying it.
it's the
Put a pin in that about the Irish thing about preserving corpses. I'll
Yeah.
come back to that.
I'm really curious now. But no, it's just one of the weird things I found is like her generation, these like kids who are like 16, 17 right now in high school. They love corn. Like she was asking me, like,
Wow.
dude, last time I saw her, she was in like oversized baggy, like they look like the old school like Billabong or Jinkos kind of thing.
Oh, I remember those back in the day. Yep.
Yeah, and she had a giant like oversized corn T-shirt on, and I'm like, this was my thing. You know that.
No,
I was
you
there.
didn't. No, you didn't tell her the hours. You know they sing about rape, right?
Dude, oh no. That's the thing too. Is they have no filter and they have no they don't even know. But it was like one of the funniest fucking things. I get a text from her. It was like last year sometime. She's like, Dad, I've been really into this like really cool band. They're super old though. I don't know if you've ever heard of them. I'm like, who are you listening to? She's like, have you ever heard of The Cure?
Yeah, of course he did.
Child, you're not the first teenager to think about killing themselves.
By the way,
Just
yeah,
wait till she
you
discovers Elliott Smith, and you know.
by the way, you had a whole video of you deciding if you want to kill yourself or not. Yeah, so we all know that one. We talked about that before. The student project video, the one thing that I had to watch when I had to like study up on you. By the way, for anybody interested in Lollapalooza, Korn is headlining Lollapalooza on Friday. And that's the only time I want to go is Friday for Korn. That's it. Oh, and
Who's Korn?
not Korn, but T-Pain as well. Korn, Korn. Just listen to their music. I'm not playing it here.
Oh, but who are they? Korn.
Son, you make me feel like no one. Yeah.
No,
I've seen
So
them before.
I bought an Ibanez 5-string bass just to play Korn because they played.
falling away from me, falling.
They're kind of heavy and go boom boom.
Pure,
If I still had it, I would play it for you and just like they slap
Oh,
the bass instead of boom 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 boom. And
Real
so,
quick, like, total things. I'm looking for Korn that same day. I'm looking to see Korn and T-Pain. Those are like two polar opposites, but that's the type of music I like. I love T-Pain too. T-Pain's great.
Well, that's also where we're at though, because I still remember in the '90s, like, you either liked rap and hip hop or you liked, rock and metal. You didn't like both. And then Korn's like, hey, we're gonna put some rappers in our tracks, and here's
I liked them all.
for some fucking reason.
Yeah, not just them. Limp Bizkit did the same thing, and Linkin Park essentially, like, they had a singer that was doing rapping, kind of rapping. I don't know if it was like fully rapping, but he was kind of.
They had a rapper in there.
They
had a rapper in there. It was,
they fused it. They fused it.
And now they've got a Scientologist. So
Yeah, that's another thing. Well, rap did the other way because if you remember Cypress Hill also like infused rock in some of their songs. If you want to be a rock superstar, and be large and big house,
I mean that was
stars.
Run DMC. I guess did with Aerosmith first.
Yes,
Yeah,
Run
I was
DMC
gonna
with
say that.
Aerosmith. Yes,
that
I
was
totally
first.
remember that stuff.
Yeah,
Yeah.
but I mean, when Cypress Hill came out with Rock Superstar, that was like during like when like Warped Tour was a thing. That's like
I
when,
feel like that was peak
Big and-
commercialization of Cypress Hill. I was like, fuck, I'm done listening to them.
Oh, the rock superstar.
Well, then at the
Yeah,
same time,
yeah.
in the hip-hop world, we got the Black Eyed Peas going from like, hey, you're up there
Oh.
with De La Soul to, oh, it's the Fergie show now.
Yeah. Oh God. Yeah. Everybody says when Fergie joined Black Eyed Peas, like that ruined
And then
everything.
you heard Fergie sing live, you're like, oh my god,
Fergalicious Fergalicious definition makes the boys go loco.
oh my gosh.
Yeah, of course.
I
I've
feel
heard
like-
that song so many times, actually. So many times I could like sing it.
So did
That
you
was a
guys ever
little-
listen to Day Trotter at all? back in the day, in the mid, like probably late 2000s to mid 2010s.
Day Trotter?
One of the best studios. They kind of did Tiny Desk before Tiny Desk was a thing. And they had a
Before
studio
Tiny
that
Desk was a
started
thing,
off
goddamn.
in Rockland, Illinois, and
Oh, this is the
then it moved
hometown
to
pride
Austin,
thing.
Texas, and then Pace the magazine bought them. But they had the best sessions of like young and upcoming bands coming in there and just playing shit. And you were like, and I subscribed at first. It was free, so I would get 3 new songs from 3 new bands every day, and they would just release them, and I would listen every day and just like, oh, this shit is
Interesting.
fucking good.
Interesting.
But Pace bought them, and it just went downhill. They just stopped doing it. They're just like, oh, we're gonna buy you and just like remove you as competition, and just
Oh, that
cancel it. I was
sucks.
just like, that's fucking bullshit. It was
Oh.
like, it was the coolest thing.
I'm weirdly kind of reminded, actually, JP. Actually, like I still have you to thank. You. It was like 2011, I want to say.
Mhm.
I was in Philly with the Union and was having a rough time, and you sent me Rubble Bucket.
Yes.
It was the first time I'd heard them, and I'm like, oh, this is really cool. And I've followed them since
Yeah.
then. And
Who
I
came
love,
out
like,
of a lady?
yeah, it came out of a lady, and then
Good song.
there's the video, if you can find it on YouTube. It's called Lemonade, and the song is great, but it was probably one of the only times I've seen a 360 video to where like you can take your mouse and you can scroll side to side and up and
Oh,
down,
that's cool.
and each like quadrant of this set, which is also the same set, like it's all done in one stage. But yeah, you could just like scroll through and different shit is happening in the video in each area. That was really cool. And then like when I was in Athens last year, it was like last year or the year before, they were playing downtown. I couldn't get tickets or anything, but
Oh man, I would love to see them. I've never seen them yet.
dude, the front door of the theater was open, so while I walked by, I could see them like out on stage, and it was like, oh, gee, I mean, the word show, putting on a show, it doesn't really get there for what they were doing. I don't know the guy's name, but like, there's the main singer and then there's the main guy. And yeah, he was just standing up there with like a picture frame held in front of his face, just while she was like bringing, and it almost like just from the street, it felt like it felt like a library reading hour or like a preschool class, and I'm like, I want to be in there and feel childish with these people right now. I love that band so much. They're so fucking weird.
I'm gonna post that song in the chat. Such a good song.
Yeah, and it's weird too, because if you follow them from like fucking 14 years ago when you introduced me to that song, and like they were all like dreaded fucking hippie festival kids basically, and now it's like the whole band and everything they do is just like this weird nouveau art project, and I'm fucking completely here for it.
If you like them, you might like Octopus Project as well. Octopus Project is kind of in the same vibe, and they have a visual show that goes with their live shows. It's hard to give it justice unless you go see them live, like, because you go see them live, they're in a tent, and you're like, why are we in a tent? And then all of a sudden, shit lights up around you, like, what the fuck? And then they're just playing like this crazy music, and you're like, holy shit, this is amazing.
Nice.
Like,
Real quick.
Hey, I want to get back to my pen before we forget. So
we got 3 minutes left, so go ahead.
the Irish corpses being preserved in the boglands. I don't know if you guys have ever seen this, but one of the oldest perfectly preserved. Type it up, Google it. Bogland preserved Irish man. It's like 2,000-year-old corpse, and it still like has its skin present. And it's a pretty cool scientific finding. And the thing is about the boglands, the reason it preserves corpses so well is because it has like the properties that just completely prevent the normal process of decomposition. So there's like low oxygen because it's the soil, it's such dense, but it's it's like a liquidy, wet, squishy soil, and then also the soils also has high acidity because of the different types of species of mosses that exist within the soil as well. And it's all cool temperatures because it's northern Europe. So that's another reason. So yeah, you put those three things together, you find some pretty gnarly dead bodies in there. And these not full bodies, but they're like for example, if you look up the bogman, it's like just their arms. For some reason, just arms and some of the chests that connect those two arms. But then 3 months after that, because it's like the Bogland man's like the old Krogan man, and then the guy after that, I think his name was like Cloney Coven man. So of course named kind of where they're found. That one has a head still. So if you want to look at a very interesting picture of a very old body that's still preserved, it's
I was
super
at the
crazy.
show. Wow.
Yeah. So anyway,
Bogland's bodies.
Yep. So
I was
that's
just
you're
thinking
talking
of-
about preserving Irish people, and I was like, hey, by the way, they had some cool scientific findings when it comes to
Bog- bog- It's called bog body. Bog
bog body. Yeah.
Well,
Ew.
that just honestly makes me think of those those reports from like Roman legionaries who were on the first expeditions to the British Isles, and they're like, these are the most backwards, baffling people I've ever seen. They paint their faces and scream, and then as soon as you show up, they just run and hide in a swamp until you leave. Yeah, that sounds like the English.
Jesus, these pictures are incredibly morbid. Why, man? We talked about dead bodies a lot in this.
Scientific.
I gotta say.
Scientific.
just-
Okay.
we joke
Just
about 'em.
scientific. We were talking about like the ARG game app that found the 2 dead bodies. Hey, did you guys ever?
That
see a dead
wasn't
body?
science.
Blah, blah, blah.
That was
I know,
psychological. Psychological.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's
Damn,
like-
man. All right. Well, you know what? It's 11 o'clock, so yeah. I
South
was
Park
actually
was
gonna
right
say-
about Kanye, but anyway.
JP. Yeah, they were. He is a gay fish.
Whoa! I wasn't talking about that. That he's temperamental. Jesus, no, I'm just kidding. I'm just kidding.
What's homophobic about it, huh?
Yeah, he likes fish sticks. He likes fish sticks.
Oh no!
Let me go pee,
Yeah.
grab another beer, and we'll come back.
I feel like this stream is gonna bite us in the
It's
ass
11
now.
o'clock, so we got to close out though, real quick for the
You want me to
stream
close
and
out for everybody? All right.
Yeah, dude. Yeah, go ahead, JP, because you opened up and you have a beautiful, beautiful radio voice. Except Nick probably could beat you because Nick is the actual voice actor. You know
He is
what?
a voice actor, and I'm trying to emulate him, so we'll see.
All right, you know what? Let's let. Hey, Nick. You know what? As our guest, go ahead and close out.
Oh, pressure on.
Yeah, pressure on, Nick.
Unscripted. Ooh. Well, you have all been listening to Tropical. All right, taking it again.
Cool. Yeah, do it again. All right, we'll cut this. We'll cut this from our live stream.
Okay.
Well, you have all been enjoying Topical Drinks, a show in which people drink and talk about topics. Many of them are about dead bodies, but dead bodies are a topic and drinks are still drinks. So, we hope you've had a wonderful evening. We hope you and your families are safe. Drink water, hug your mother, and have a wonderful whatever the rest of your week happens to be.
Cheers.
And
Cheers.